Bullshit, a philosophical analysis. Introduction. The concept of bullshit has garnered significant attention in philosophical discourse, particularly following the influential work of philosopher Harry G. Frankfurt. In his 1986 essay on bullshit, later expanded into a book, Frankfurt provides a rigorous analysis of what constitutes bullshit, distinguishing it from related phenomena like lying and truth-telling. Bullshit occupies a unique place in the landscape of communication, ethics, and epistemology, raising important questions about sincerity, deception, and the nature of truth. Definition and characteristics. Bullshit, according to Frankfurt, is characterized by a disregard for the truth. Unlike a liar, who knows and aims to conceal the truth, the bullshitter is indifferent to the truth altogether. The primary objective of the bullshitter is to impress, persuade, or achieve some other goal, without any concern for whether what they say aligns with reality. This fundamental indifference to truth is what sets bullshit apart from both lying and honest discourse. Several key characteristics define bullshit. Indifference to truth. The bullshitter neither adheres to nor opposes the truth, but operates independently of it. Manipulative intent. Bullshit is often used to manipulate opinions or attitudes, serving the speaker's objectives rather than conveying accurate information. Superficiality. Bullshit typically relies on superficial plausibility rather than deep or substantive content, often employing rhetorical flourishes and vague generalities. Proliferation. Bullshit can be prolific and pervasive, especially in contexts where there is a high demand for information or opinions, but limited accountability for accuracy, such as in politics, marketing, and social media. Theoretical background. Frankfurt's analysis draws on a variety of philosophical traditions, including the work of Ludwig Wittgenstein and the pragmatist emphasis on the functions of language. Wittgenstein's view that the meaning of words is rooted in their use in particular forms of life provides a foundation for understanding how bullshit operates in different contexts. The pragmatist tradition, with its focus on the practical consequences of beliefs and statements, also informs Frankfurt's approach by highlighting the performative aspect of bullshit. Ethical implications. The ethical dimensions of bullshit are significant. While lying is traditionally viewed as morally problematic because it involves a deliberate intent to deceive, bullshit is troubling because it represents a deeper form of intellectual dishonesty. The bullshitter's disregard for truth undermines the very basis of meaningful communication and mutual understanding. This has profound implications for public discourse and the health of democratic societies, where informed decision-making depends on the availability of truthful information. Several ethical concerns arise from the prevalence of bullshit. Erosion of trust. Widespread bullshit can erode trust in institutions, media, and individuals, leading to cynicism and disengagement. Intellectual integrity. Bullshit undermines intellectual integrity by promoting a culture of superficiality and expediency over rigorous inquiry and genuine understanding. Moral responsibility. Individuals and institutions have a moral responsibility to resist the temptation to bullshit and to promote truthfulness and accountability in communication. Epistemological issues. Bullshit poses unique challenges to epistemology, the branch of philosophy concerned with the nature and scope of knowledge. The indifference to truth inherent in bullshit raises questions about how we can distinguish reliable sources of knowledge from unreliable ones, and how we can maintain epistemic standards in an age of information overload. Several epistemological issues related to bullshit include criteria for truth. Identifying criteria for truth and distinguishing between truth, lies, and bullshit becomes increasingly important in evaluating information. Epistemic vigilance. Developing epistemic vigilance, critical thinking skills, and the ability to assess the credibility of sources is crucial in combating the spread of bullshit. Information environment. The role of media, technology, and social networks in shaping our information environment and their potential to either mitigate or exacerbate the spread of bullshit. Sociocultural context. Bullshit is not merely an individual failing, but is also shaped by broader sociocultural contexts. The rise of post-truth politics, the proliferation of fake news, and the commercialization of information all contribute to a culture in which bullshit thrives. Understanding these contexts is essential for addressing the root causes of bullshit and fostering a more truth-oriented society. Several sociocultural factors influencing bullshit include political climate. The use of bullshit in politics to manipulate public opinion and obscure facts has been a persistent concern, especially in the context of populist movements and partisan media. Economic incentives. The commercial pressures on media organizations and the attention economy of social media create incentives for producing and disseminating sensationalist and superficial content. Technological advancements. Advances in technology, particularly in artificial intelligence and deepfake technologies, present new challenges in identifying and combating sophisticated forms of bullshit. Counteracting bullshit. Addressing the problem of bullshit requires a multifaceted approach, involving both individual and collective efforts. Philosophers, educators, journalists, and policymakers all have roles to play in promoting a culture of truthfulness and accountability. Strategies for counteracting bullshit include education, promoting critical thinking and media literacy education to equip individuals with the skills to identify and resist bullshit. Regulation, implementing regulations and standards for media and information dissemination to ensure greater accountability and transparency. Cultural change, fostering a cultural shift towards valuing truthfulness and intellectual integrity, and challenging the normalization of bullshit in public discourse. Conclusion. Bullshit, as analyzed by Harry G. Frankfurt and subsequent philosophers, represents a significant and pervasive challenge to truth, trust, and meaningful communication. By understanding the nature, characteristics, and implications of bullshit, we can better navigate the complex landscape of modern information and work towards a more honest and informed society. Combating bullshit requires a commitment to truth, rigorous critical thinking, and a collective effort to uphold the standards of genuine discourse in both public and private spheres. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe.